when you're looking at your career, I'm sure in addition to your victories and success, your championships, you also had tough and difficult losses.
Yes.
What is the loss that comes out to you right now? It's probably one of your toughest losses in your career, whether baseball or football.
My money in divorce court twice.
Okay.
That's probably my
Football or baseball, divorce.
It's probably my toughest loss. It was a tough fault case, but I lost some. Man, God gave it back to me in the end. But no, straight up. Honestly, that was my toughest loss. Just going through the nonsense of life, understanding that someone you lay with, you produce children with, is going to come out to be a darn war about something you worked your butt off for, and that's traumatic. But guess what? Sooner or later, you got to wipe your tears, put on a new suit, take a good shower, and get back out there and go get it. Okay? It's a lot of you right now. You need to thank God that he left. You need to thank God that she played you. You need to thank God that they did you that way. You need to thank God that they walked away. You need to thank God that you got strong enough where you finally said, no, you ain't doing me like that no more. And you need to thank God that it happened, because if it hadn't happened, you wouldn't be as strong. You wouldn't be as tough. You wouldn't be as resilient. You wouldn't be as provocative as you are now. So some things we got to thank God for, because God is trying to move that out the way so he can usher in and blessing you to a whole new beginning. And that's why I am. I'm 54 years old, looking like 35, 37, somewhere like that, and it's like a whole new chapter. I've been prime time, then I cut the time off, then I was just prime, and now I'm coach prime. It's a whole new chapter, and guess what? I'm still winning.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Still winning. God, I'm still winning.
By the way, in the audience right now, raise your hand if you've ever been through a divorce or family court.
Two.
Right?
Two.
There it is. There it is. Bye. It's tough. It's tough because you think so. You're almost like it hurts you as a man, as a provider. It hurts you emotionally, financially. I mean,
it's a death, but they still walking around. That's really what it is. It's like losing somebody, but they still walking around. You can see it. Dang, I see you died real good. Yeah, I see that. Forgot about that.
We have to continue to educate people on the reality that you can make a difference. Politics is a part of it, but it's not the absolute. That we have to be actively engaged in being current in terms of our knowledge and skills, because whoever's in the White House, it doesn't matter if you don't have the skill set and the mindset to turn adversity to your advantage, or to find a way to get your piece of the pie. That's the name of the game. Yeah. That there's a big pie out here and everybody wants a piece of it, but everybody's not going to get a piece of it, because the road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it, because few there be that are willing to do the inner work. Few there be that are willing to upgrade their skills and their knowledge. Few there be that will face rejections and no's day in and day out and decide it's not over until I win. That most people, they allow themselves to be broken. They will surrender. But you have got to have the kind of mindset, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. You're not going to stop me. I have a goal, I have a dream, and my stopping or giving up because of the failures, because of the rejections, that's a non-negotiable no. I'm coming at you from another angle, and I'm not going to stop till I get through. We all have that in us. We don't know how strong we are until we have to be strong. Yeah. And so we are not taught in school resiliency. We're not taught how to handle rejection. That's why so many kids are committing suicide, being bullied, because they have a limited, weak sense of self. Dr. Martin Seligman, who wrote the book called Psycho-Cybernetics, who discovered self-image, that we need to have a curriculum that builds a person's sense of identity. Once your life has a sense of identity, that gives your life a sense of purpose. And once your life has a sense of purpose, that gives your life a sense of direction. And so Nietzsche said, if you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. When you know why you're here and what you're supposed to do with your life because of that time that you've taken to ask yourself some questions of why am I here? What's the meaning of my life? Mark Twain said, the two most important days in your life, the day that you're born and the day that you realize why you're born. Most of us don't take the time to get quiet and get still. Most people die at age 25 and don't get buried until they're 65. Most people don't put their minds around the reality that life is God's gift to us and how we live our lives is our gift to God.
We pulled up this YouTube video, your top 50 plays. We won't go through the whole thing, but let's take a look at some of your top plays. All right, here we go.
Can we stop it? I want to stop it. I don't want you to clap because I'm going to say something that you're not going to believe. Those aren't my top plays. Let me tell you why. Because, see, my top plays happened at practice when no one was looking. My top plays happened in Fort Myers, Florida, when none of you knew anything about me. My top plays happened when there was no camera there. See, those are the plays you just caught on camera. Those weren't my top plays because I practiced like I played, so when I played, it would be practice. Yeah, you were supposed to clap right there because that was straight.
Amen to that. Yeah. Come on, get up to practice plays.
So there's somebody out there right now, the light ain't on you, but keep making plays. Nobody's talking about you, but keep making plays.
That's right.
I know your sales numbers aren't where your friend is, but keep making plays. I know nobody's talking about you, and you're not on the leaderboard right now, but baby, keep making plays.
Coach, were you, with all that, were you ever a selfish player?
I don't know what selfish is when you're playing a team sport.
But even on a team sport, it was about my stats, my thing.
No, it wasn't about me, but the better I did, the better we were. So you could see it as selfishness, you could see it as braggadocious, you could see it as individualism, but the better you are, the better it's going to be for your company, the better it's going to be for your team, the better it's going to be for your family, the better it's going to be for your kids, the better it's going to be for your siblings. So you got to do your thing. I love team. But in the middle of Deion, there's an I. In the middle of the win, there's an I. In the middle of prime, there's an I. So I knew I had to do my job to make it easy for everybody else.
Because you're the living embodiment. I mean, you're literally a living legend who's destroyed a lot of reasons why you shouldn't succeed, why you shouldn't get ahead. You know, there's people out there right now like, what am I supposed to do? They feel helpless. They feel isolated. They feel
But they
powerless.
don't feel that in a vacuum. See, we were born to succeed. You're made in the likeness and image of God. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's right.
We were born to succeed. We've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. But we've been programmed to fail. And so I say, particularly when I'm in church, even though we are made in the likeness and image of God, and been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, we will never exercise authority and dominion over our lives until we exercise authority and dominion over what we are not. That we have bought into an image that has been sold to us. Dr. Carter G. Woodson said it best. He said, if you can determine what a man shall think, you never have to concern yourself with what he will do. He said, if you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to compel him to seek an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. And if you can make a man feel justly an outcast, you never have to order him to go to the back door. He'll go without being told. And if there's no door, his very nature will demand one. So our goal and objective in helping people to begin to plug into this economy is to deal with the pandemic that we presently have, but also the virus of mediocrity, HIV, hood-infected virus, AIDS, addiction to incarceration, and death syndrome.